Hi guys, today I'm going to take you through your client system that's built into the Duet CMS. First off, it's probably best if I explain what each of the sections is used for. So, we shall start with the client section. Right, here we have the client section then, and this is where you'd come to set up individual client accounts so that they may access the client area part of the system. As you can see here, we've already got a test client account set up, so let's just have a quick look at some of the fields available to us. We've got the first name, the last name. You can come and change that particular client's password here. Got their email, telephone, position in the company if you need it, and even their address if that's applicable. What we also have is the client group drop down. Now, you must make sure that you already have a client group set up before you create a client. A client must be part of a client group in order to be added to the CMS. And we'll cover client groups in the next section. You can also add a brief description of the client if that's necessary. Yep, so there you go. So onto the client group section. Right, so the next section is client groups. In order for any client to log into the system, they have to be a member of what's called a client group. A client group is just basically a collection of clients that have access to certain client pages, as you can see specified there. So if we take a look at this group here, you can see you've got some pretty simple fields already, just a picture for the group, the title of the group, the description of the group. Now over here brings us to where we define what pages this group can see. So down the right hand side we have all of the pages that you've created in the CMS. You'd be creating your pages from this page, and they'd appear down here, just their titles of each page. And on the left is what pages this group can currently see. So as you can see, food labels is in the list on the right, and on the left we've defined it as yes, we would like food labels to be a page that this group can see. If we would like to just remove the privileges for that page, then we just click that and click save, and we'd remove the privileges for that page. And if we wanted to add it again, it's quite straightforward again. We just drag that, drop it in there, hit save, and that's it. The group's been updated. As you go back to that, yeah, you can see they're allowed to see food labels. So that's quite straightforward, I think. So if we move on to client pages, and we'll show you how you define this list down here. Right, here we have the next section, client pages. Now, if you recall from the previous section, client groups, we added these pages to those client groups so that that group can see them. This section, however, is where we actually define what's on those pages. So, as you can see, we've got another example page set up here. So if we just edit that page, you can see again, very similar layout to what you're used to. You've got the title, the subtitle, a little picture, description, and now down here you can see that we have, these are what's known as tickets that are attached to the page. Now again, as you can see up there, there's a menu there that defines those. I'd hope to see that you're seeing a pattern here, how everything links together. So basically on that page we can add tickets, so you may call these project files or jobs or anything like that. So on this page the client can see all these different tickets. So in order to attach a ticket, again, quite straightforward, we just click attach ticket, and as you see we've already got these two attached, but if we were to click that, it would attach it again. Obviously we wouldn't want that again, so we'd just remove it, but just for the sake of argument you can see how I mean. So you'd have your different tickets appear there, they'd be paginated so you could cycle through them. The most recent one would be first, and you just click to add, or you cancel or close the menu there like that. And that's quite straightforward, I think. So that's how you create pages.
Right, so the next section now is client home. Now this is quite similar to pages. You have to think of client home as a page that all of your clients can see, regardless of what group they're in. So it's basically the home page that they first see when they log into the system. And what you can do is you can put on the general information, such as like the title, another picture, subtitle, description that appears on the page straight away. And you can also attach tickets to it. So obviously you wouldn't attach any of these because these would be project-based tickets, but what you would attach would be something maybe like general information or more contact details, or maybe a PDF form to download that would apply to all of your clients. Something along those lines. And again, very straightforward. You just click tick you want, attach it, and then save the page, and that's it really. And that's the client home section. Right, so this is the client tickets section. This is the final area of the client system. So, and this is probably the place that you will spend most of your time once you've got all the other aspects set up. So, if we just have a quick dive into one of the tickets that we've got created. Now, I'm referring to them as tickets. You may call them jobs or projects or whatever you like really, but just for the purposes of this I'll refer to them as tickets just to sort of stave off any confusion. As you can see, we've already been presented with a familiar set of fields. So we've got a featured image, a title, a subtitle, and a description. So these are just the general information for the ticket itself. Now obviously where the main use comes in is that you want to be able to show proofs and different versions of the project as you move along to your clients. So the way that you do this is you simply attach a file to the ticket. So we click the attach file button, then you get a menu that drops down, and this is all of the files that have been uploaded to the CMS. So if we just click one of these files, so for example that one, you can see that we've attached a file called setlist 2012. So what you need to remember here though is in order to that file to actually be saved to the ticket, you must click the save button. So for example, if I wasn't to click the save button and go back into it, that file wouldn't be attached. So what you need to do is make sure you click it, attach the set list, and then when you're done with all of your other updates in this area, make sure that you remember to click save. And as you can see, that file has been added. Now obviously the next section is that you'll be wanting to communicate with your clients. So what we've done is set up a very simple comment system. So say that obviously we've just added that file. So what we would do next is we would leave a comment for them, telling them that. So we would say, just uploaded latest proof. Please let me know what you think. Click save, and as you can see, we've added a comment. Now, once you click save here, that comment has been added. So you wouldn't need to click save again for comments. But yes, so as you can see, that comment's been added. So we've got the name of the person posting it, which is me. We've got the comment there, and we've got the date and time. Now, what will happen is that clients have a very similar interface to you, so they can add reply comments, and those would appear in black. So yours are in blue to show that it's from an admin, and these are in black. Now, this is an unapproved ticket, and obviously the next stage is that clients would want to be able to approve tickets and say, final, that's it, I want that file there to be my final product. So I've created an approved ticket over here just to illustrate what those look like. So as you can see, the main difference is here is that we have this section that's appeared. So once a client has approved a ticket, it will change your end. You will get an email saying a client has approved the ticket, and you'll have a link in that will take you directly to this page showing you that, and you will see that the file that they've approved. And if you simply click the link here, it will give you that file. It will give you that approved file. So as you can see, that was the file that they've approved. It will tell you when they approved it and what time they approved it. And also it gives you the option that if you really needed to, you can also disapprove it. So if they've made a mistake, or they didn't want that file and they've called you up in a panic or something, you know, and they need it disapproved. So instead of deleting the whole ticket and starting again, which would be quite frustrating, you can simply click disapprove, and this will just disappear, and it'll go back to how it was before it was approved. So yes, that's kind of the basics of the ticket system, and that kind of concludes this tutorial on the client section.